Hi, my name is Uriel Mesa and I'm with KTSLiveCoaching.com. I wanted to talk a little bit about your habitual habits and how your habits either are bringing you or taking you forward or just dragging you back. But before I do that, I wanted to first remind you to please like, share, and subscribe to my video. This is how I build my community and I'm here for you. So anyway, let's get started. When it comes to your habits, it has been my experience that if you get real honest with yourself and you start to actually write down on a piece of paper, put a line right down the middle, and you say, is this habit helping me or is this habit holding me back? I would venture to guess that most of the habits that you have are actually holding you back from you being or getting to where you want to be. And they could be something as simple as constantly looking at your phone, constantly scrolling. Maybe you're drinking just a little bit too much. Maybe you're into recreational drugs and you're doing just a little bit too much. Maybe you feel the constant need to be there for friends that even if you weren't there, their lives are not going to change in any way. But for some reason, you feel that they need you and you feel the need to drop everything you're doing and then be there for them. But here's the thing. All of these things are the thing that's keeping you either stuck or they're pulling you back and keeping you from having the life that you want. Let's be clear about something. We are talking about your life. We're talking that imagine if you are like in your 40s or 50s. This is typically when people start to question their own life choices. Imagine that if you start now in your 40s and 50s to change the way you allow yourself to be. I say be because sometimes people say act or whatever, but be. You allow yourself to be. And you know deep down inside that the things that you're doing are not really serving you, but it's comfortable. Now you're in your 80s, your upper 80s. You're reaching the 11th hour. And you've realized that your life has just been basically a series of just habitual habits, your paradigm. Almost like you are on this treadmill and just doing as you were basically programmed to do. And that's it. That's your whole life. You made very few decisions on your own. Most of the decisions were already, instilled onto you. And most of you don't even question as to why you make the decisions you're making. You just kind of go along with it. But it, again, has been my experience is that you need to start questioning, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? And this is where some of your allies start to appear. It's, you might say, why am I not spending as much time with my kids as I should? And maybe part of your ally is because you're a man. Men don't do that. Women are the ones that's supposed to take care of the kids. Or why am I killing myself at work? Because you're a real man. This is what men do. And this is what your allies will tell you. But we all know that that's complete bullshit. And I think a smart person would know that. But this is the thing. People don't question a lot of the things because it's just part of their habitual way of being. And to me, again, I've said it 1,000 times already, it blows my mind. When I look back at my life, the things that I was doing, I never questioned them. And I knew damn well that these were things that were holding me back. They were not serving me in any way. And if anything, they were causing me to deteriorate rather than to grow. Once I got honest and I literally made a list of the things that are serving me and the things that are holding me back, it was really eye-opening when I realized that probably about 80% of the things that I was doing are the things that, again, holding me back or pulling me back. Did I say that right? keeping me at homeostasis, which basically means you're not allowed to go beyond a certain level. And some of them were actually kind of dragging me down. Less than 20% of what I was doing was actually helping to build me up. And I thought to myself, why the hell have I been allowing this to happen this whole time? And what I have learned is that it is because of my entire environment. I've allowed my environment and a lot of my fears that I have in here to dictate how I should live my life, not how I want to live my life, but how I should. And once I allowed myself to let go of the things that I was so afraid of, or to not give a shit of what others thought about me, or what the world thinks I should be doing, it was freeing. It was like taking the shackles off and you walk away. But then a new problem came up, is what the fuck am I supposed to do? I had no idea. I was literally given a blank piece of paper where somebody said, here, now you get to write out your life exactly the way you want it. And I had no idea how to do it. That's where I would probably say was my biggest challenge, is I had no clue what I wanted my life to be, because I feel like my whole life was indoctrinated as far as telling me what I should be doing. And we all have our cultural beliefs. We have religious, we have tribal beliefs, we have, whatever, sexist beliefs, all these belief systems that dictate how you should be living your lives. And in my mind, these are things that you should be worried about. You should worry about what people think of you, or what your religion says, or what your political affiliation says, or your neighborhood, whatever, your background. All of that should dictate how you should live your life. And I would venture to guess that most of you are doing this, but you have no clue that you're being, or have allowed yourself to be, indoctrinated. Now, indoctrination, the word I'm using, indoctrinated, it is a strong word, but I think it's an appropriate word, because we're not even aware that we're being controlled. I know, it gets really weird. But anyway, the point, the point I'm trying to make is that you have choices. And if you can break this paradigm, and this paradigm basically means your habitual way of being, by making incremental changes. So if maybe, okay, I'm going to use me as an example. If I was told that the career that I had before is the career that I should have until I die, and I was told that this is where I need to stay, but I wasn't happy anymore, and so that I made the, what I want to say, courageous choice to start to make changes. I'll be honest, I was scared to death, but I thought, if I make small changes, would that rock the boat? Keep in mind, to be clear, keep in mind, I actually do come from a perspective that you want to make big, bold changes, and things will manifest even faster. This is what I did at the beginning. I made small incremental changes. After a while, I started making kind of ridiculous changes. And when I say changes, I'm talking where I spent like tens of thousands of dollars on things. Not everything worked out, but the things that did work out extraordinarily well. But I had to take a leap of faith. But at the beginning, I just wanted to make small changes just to see what might happen. And then I started to see the ball rolling the other way. Now I am constantly taking inventory about my habits, my actions. Is this serving me, or is this holding me back? If it's holding me back, I need to let go of it. If it's serving me, how are the ways it is serving me? And I hang on to it and I just keep doing it again and again and again. This becomes my way of being habitually. Now, how is all this going to benefit you? If you're trying to manifest a more deep connecting relationship long term with an extraordinary person that you want to get to know or you want to be part of for the rest of your life. And I mean have a deep connection, so intimate that there is an obsessional, okay, I can't think of the word. There's a lot of trust. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of unconditional love there. You want to have more money than you ever thought possible. And again, making incremental changes. You want to have the best health that you ever thought possible. All of this starts out by first mapping it out. What is it that you're doing that's holding you back? And what are you doing that's projecting you forward? When you can do less on this side, the things that are holding you back, and then do more things that are projecting you forward, this is how you're going to see like everything start to rotate the other direction. And again, incremental changes. Now this is when you take a leap of faith. Now you're going to make a bold choice, a huge leap of faith. You're no longer going to allow your environment to dictate how you should live your life. You have the most amount of faith in yourself than you've ever had. Even if you just fuck it all up, you still know, because you have so much faith, you can just get back up and you know that you can recover. A lot of you will sometimes screw something up and say, I'm out of here. This clearly doesn't work. But imagine if you did that as a baby. If you fell for the first time, you smacked your head on something, and then you've told yourself, I'm not doing this anymore. Most of us would be wheeling around in wheelchairs or whatnot. But because the baby doesn't have the cognitive thinking that they had a choice, all they know is they had to get back up and try it again. Imagine what that would be like for you. If every time you screwed up, the only thing you knew was you had your eye on the prize, and that is whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Again, a better relationship, more money than you ever thought possible, the best health you can possibly imagine. That's the only thing you know, and you screw up along the way, but every time you screw up, you learn, and then it projects you forward even faster. Okay. So, okay. We'll just leave it there. Again, my name is Uriel Mesa, and I'm with KTS Life Coaching, KTSLifeCoaching.com, and as always, it is a pleasure. Thank you.